Hey guys, Flamengo Nation, this is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just joining us, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on the notification bell, and leave that awesome like on the video. We're happy, right? A 3-0 victory and Flamengo playing really well. And I found an interesting post here, man, because it really makes you think. Marcos Castro, he posted the following. I know that a large part of Flamengo's fans seem to have embraced some kind of pact to be miserable. People who only complain and can't enjoy a victory are just focused on moments. But we're seeing a team with 10 players missing because they're with their national teams. And even so, it's better than the team in sixth place in the Brazilian Championship. They beat the sixth place team 3-0 with 10 players missing because of national team duty. That's a lot. It's impressive. It's impressive. It's impressive. And I'm arriving here. I'll bring you mixed zone coverage. I'll bring you some behind the scenes stuff. I'll bring you an interview with Samuel Lino. That's the scoop here. You're watching me, right, son? Yeah, interview with Samuel Lino. I'll bring the rest of the mixed zone interviews, but I wanted to bring you, man, this interview with Samuel Lino. TNT Sports Brazil from my friend Monique Daniello. And I have to talk about this because I thought it was a huge act of ingratitude from Samuel Lino towards the person who told them to sign him. It was Filipe Luis at the time. He told them to sign Samuel Lino. Yeah, and he was called up with Filipe Luis. Samuel Lino was called up to the national team with Filipe Luis. So check out this statement, guys. Man, honestly, that's really ungrateful. Such ingratitude. As for me, I'm still going to root for Samuel Lino to be called up again. I'll keep supporting him at Flamengo. I'm enjoying the great moment he's having, but he doesn't need to say that. Look at this. My game.
Look, the difference with my former coach, with Felipe, is that I used to play more out wide. I was more of a counterattack player. So with this change with Hardim playing more inside.
To participate more, he's saying that with Felipe, he didn't play in a certain way, and with Yardim, he plays more inside. Now look at this.
It took my game to another level. The difference with my former coach, with Felipe, is that I used to play more out wide. I was more of a counter-attacking player. So with this change, with Jardim having me play inside and participate more in the game, it made me contribute more to goals and be more involved in the game. I don't know how to say it, but with Jardim in this period of about 3 months, I think maybe 2, everything has been going well. And if I'd had this for a year, I think with the context and the trust I've had with him and the way of playing, I think so. I think my name could be more prominent in the race for the World Cup. Look at what he said.
He said that if Jardim had arrived a year ago, he would have had a better chance of being in the World Cup. Can you believe that? He was called up along with Felipe. He was called up to the national team with Felipe Luis. He wasn't called up with anyone else. He was called up with Felipe Luis. In other words, he was signed, arrived at Flamengo, and because he was making a name for himself playing at Flamengo, he was called up to the national team with Felipe Luis. He later struggles with Felipe Luis, doesn't recover with Felipe, then joins Jardim and talks with him, wishing he'd arrived years earlier to make the national team for the World Cup. Ingratitude, man. Ingratitude. Look at what Thiago Asmar, look at the collab Thiago Asmar did with me. I'm going to make the most of this. This video already hit over 500,000. Check it out. I didn't think it was cool at all what Samuel Lino said about Felipe Luis in the interview after today's Flamengo game, okay? Now, man.
He improved a lot with Leonardo Jardim, who gave him more freedom and didn't restrict him much. But there's no reason for him to throw Felipe Luis under the bus the way he did, man. Because he said that he thinks if Leonardo Jardim had arrived at Flamengo a few months earlier, he might have had a better chance of going to the World Cup. Damn, it was with Felipe Luis that he was hired by Flamengo, so Felipe Luis must have made an effort for Flamengo.
Peace.
The guy was a starter with Felipe Luis, but he played worse because he was stuck on the wing. Okay, that's Felipe Luis's style of play.
I thought it was funny. Damn, perfect.
Luis has 2 Libertadores as a player and 1 Libertadores as a coach. 2 Brazilian championships as a player and 1 as a coach. Copa do Brasil as a coach and as a player. Felipe Luis is huge in Flamengo's history.
2 Club World Cup finals, both of which went to extra time and penalties. 2. Playing well. Club World Cup finals. One as a coach, right, and the other as a player.
I've even said myself that a more direct, chance-creating style of soccer like Leonardo Jardim's sometimes pleases me more. But damn, you can't have a player who was signed with Filipe Luis's approval during Filipe Luis's management make a statement like that. Damn. He's throwing under the bus a coach who always supported him. It's good to make that clear. And who's huge for Flamengo. All the players on this squad owe a lot and have to be very grateful to Filipe Luis. Why? Filipe Luis made these guys, okay? With his work, they won all the titles.
True.
I saw it as gratitude, not as something cool. You have to respect someone important to Flamengo's history. I think Lino spoke without thinking.
I thought the same thing too. Sorry. And I'm still rooting for him, okay? I'm still rooting for Samuel Lino and all, but I think he was wrong, okay? I agree, he was wrong. So here's the update. Flamengo confirmed that Leo Ortiz has a minor injury, okay? He was substituted due to injury still in the first half of the match between Flamengo and Curitiba. This Saturday, defender Leo Ortiz underwent an MRI scan that identified a small muscle injury in the back of his right thigh. The player has already started treatment with the club's medical department. So he should be available for Flamengo during the mid-season training in Portugal. And just to let you know, the rest of the mixed zone is confirmed, okay? That report we shared about Flamengo holding a mid-season training camp, Flamengo has confirmed it, okay? Flamengo has confirmed it. We will have a mid-season training camp in Portugal. I'm bringing you all the information about the mid-season training camp. Flamengo has released a statement, okay? Tá? At 6:35 p.m. now that it's already nighttime, after the break, Flamengo will hold their mid-season training camp in Portugal during the break for the FIFA World Cup. The players will be released after the match against Curitiba. They will return on June 19th, as I had already told you. The preparation will include training sessions and friendlies in Algarve. Okay. So I'm going to give you the dates now, all right? The delegation will depart for Portugal on June 28th. June 28th, they depart for Portugal. The first stage of preparation will take place in the city of Lagos, where the group will stay from June 29th to July 5th. Afterwards, the squad will head to Estai, where they will train until July 12th. During their time in Portugal, 3 friendly matches are scheduled as part of the preparation for the return to official competitions after the World Cup. The dates, opponents, and locations of the matches will be announced later. So, World Cup. Bye, thanks Brazilian national team. Paparazzo is going to Portugal with you from the mixed zone. It's always about Mengao. The national team is secondary.
Jardim, how are you? Here in the middle? Good evening, Gabriel Wolf, Orfão, Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. I'll go off topic and ask about your friend Jorge Jesus, who was at Maracanã today. I wanted you to tell us a bit about what happened behind the scenes, if you went to Ninho do Urubu, if you met before the game, a bit about the behind the scenes of Jesus' arrival in Brazil. Thank you and have a good vacation in advance.
Okay, thank you. Not yet, not yet. I'm going to take advantage of the game bonus to see if tomorrow we'll have dinner or lunch there. I've always been working until now, and we've discussed this. When you're busy working, time is limited. Today was a day in camp. Yesterday we had training in the afternoon. I was always on the go. We had to analyze the other opponent, all these factors. There was little time, but we had that possibility. Of course, we wanted to be together because one thing is football, another thing is our relationship outside of football. And you know how it is. Jesus in 2020, when he left, he called me to come here, and he did that thing. He believed in my work, even back then, that I was the right solution for Flamengo. It didn't end up happening. It only happened in 2026.
It didn't happen where?
Here, please.
On this X here in the sand, here. You know,
Lino, tonight you played a great match, in my opinion, one of your best, wearing the Flamengo jersey. Especially when it comes to actually contributing to the result. That's 2 goals and 1 assist. And in the last few games, you've been used by Leonardo Jardim in different positions, right? You were even used a few times on the right side as an alternative. You, who normally play on the left and today played really close to Pedro, how did you feel in that role? Almost like a second striker in a different tactical formation to make up for the absences Flamengo had today?
Well, I'm happy to have been able to help the team, to help with goals, assists, and I'm also grateful for the confidence. The trust the coach gives me in different positions, seeing me as a player who can deliver in other roles as well, and well, that's it. I'm grateful for the confidence, for the group, for the victory, and now it's time to rest and then focus on what's coming next.
Lino, congrats on the win and great performance. That was the last match before the World Cup break. And I wanted you to give an analysis of this first half of Flamengo's season, of what happened so far, and the expectation, right, for the return after the World Cup, having to catch up with the leader Palmeiras, who is also playing in other competitions.
Well,
Yeah, we had the start of preseason, the start of the season. De temporada. It was pretty turbulent after losing some titles, but then we managed to get things going. We won the Carioca Championship and got off to a good start in the Brazilian League. Sometimes we had some ups and downs during this recent period, but everything is still up for grabs. Yeah, the Libertadores is right there, and in the Brazilian League, we're at the top right now, right? And Palmeiras still has to play, but we're calm. We know there's still a lot of the season left. The most important thing now is to rest, clear our minds, and then when preseason comes, we need to get stronger, work hard, and prepare well for whatever comes. There are important things coming.
And the player?
Dreams of playing for the Brazilian national team, right? And you had the opportunity to be called up, but unfortunately for you, it didn't happen because you weren't on the final list. But today, with your performance and your goal here, do you think you can get a little boost at the right time?
Is he from the anti-clock for the future?
Well, yes. The future of the national team now is the upcoming World Cup, and I wish him the best of luck. Just being on the preliminary list, I'm already very grateful for that, and I want to keep going. I want to keep working, doing my job with confidence so I can earn my spot there. Bello.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Nice vacation, huh? You know what? Let's do something.
Is it here? Did you write that down?
Well, one week.
Mano,
Today, Flamengo was missing a lot of players and had many absences, and even especially the creative players didn't have many teammates to help create. That's why maybe the fullbacks were used so much in the match. I wanted to know how you saw your role in this game, right? For the offensive build-up, and how much the partnership with Luis Araujo worked on the right side.
No, yeah, we know we had a lot of absences, but like I said, the strength of the group always helps. Since the beginning of the championship, since the start of the year, it's been like this, right? The coach has been changing the lineup a lot, and whoever comes in is always getting the job done. I don't think it was because we lacked creative players. It was actually a strategy for today's game since their team closed up the middle a lot and left the sides open. And we were able to take advantage of those situations in the game really well. So I believe we did a great job in that situation.
Joel, since there will be a break now for the Cup, I'd like you to give an assessment of how you see your first stint with Flamengo. This year, this season, what is it? What are your goals for the rest of the year?
No, my goal is to keep going the way I have been with humility and hard work. Yeah, I always trust myself. Like I've always said, game after game, I've been earning the coach's trust, my teammates' trust, and I've been delivering on the field, right? Many times, like I said last year, and at some points during this season, I had ups and downs. But I believe that so far this year, it's been very different. I've been very consistent. I've been helping Flamengo, and that's it. I want to keep it up and keep working.
Vitor, I'd like to ask a little about your last two starts for Flamengo, with the team keeping clean sheets. I wanted to know how you evaluate your performance, and could you talk a little about this start as well? And today, working with João Vitor, who came into the game when Leo Lourdes went out.
Very important, right? It was a game we needed to win. And happy with the performance, right? With the win. Yeah, even more so without conceding any goals. Yeah, the team was working really well, right? Focused, we knew what had to be done. We knew the strengths and weaknesses of the team, of Curitiba, and I'm happy with the match and the win. Regarding João Vitor, he's a young guy who, when I arrived, was already integrated into the professional squad. He has a lot of quality, a lot of potential, right? We mentioned there were quite a few young guys on the bench today. We told them to stay alert, that we would probably need them, and good thing we did, because we ended up needing them. He was ready and managed to help us a lot.
So, what's the importance of this win? You shined a spotlight on Flamengo. Did you guys notice that too, this connection with Flamengo? Of course, like I said, we just came from a loss in the Brazilian Cup, actually to Palmeiras, so today was the day for a win. It doesn't matter how, I want to respond to our fans and to ourselves.
And that's it. The championship doesn't
Get decided by winning, not by losing. Damn, yeah, there are a lot of mistakes. Obviously there are. Also,
for me.